So the FIFA Club World Cup has reached the semi-final stage, and the four semi-finalists who have reached the semi-final after winning against their quarter-finalist opponents on merit and deservingly are three from Europe, that is Real Madrid, the powerhouse of European football from Spain, Chelsea, the team of great pedigree from England, and PSG, the fantastic team from Paris and from France, the team that is the flavor of the season, the team that has won a treble in their own country as well as the ultimate prize in European football, that is the Champions League, and by far the strongest and the most powerful and the favored team to win this Club World Cup football tournament. The lone representative from outside Europe is the one from Brazil, that is Latin America, that is Fluminense, and they have also reached on merit by beating their Asian opponent, that is Al Hilal Club of Saudi Arabia, in the quarter-final. On the other hand, Chelsea beat the second team from Latin America, that is Palmeiras, in the quarter-final comfortably. But the two other quarter-finals that were played yesterday were actually the contest where there was a drama, there was thrill, there was some excitement. The most exciting game was the quarter-final between PSG, the European champion, against the European powerhouse Bayern Munich. The match ended in a stalemate in the first half, and then only at 78 minutes the teenage sensation Due scored, just like how he scored in the Champions League final against Inter Milan. This time he scored against Bayern to draw first blood, and it looked PSG would run away with the winners. But then within 3 to 4 minutes they lost two players and were reduced to 9 men because of red cards. And that's where it looked bad. Bayern Munich had a golden opportunity to punish them, to score an equalizer, and if they could score an equalizer they could take the game to the extra time. Then they would have clear upper hand with PSG being reduced to 9 men. But then PSG in 2025 is a different beast altogether. They are so strong, their self-belief is so much, their resilience is so much, and they have so much talent and skill with them. They refuse to get perturbed by just two red cards. They were actually going head to head with Bayern, and they were not trying to close the shutter or play defensively. And that's how they managed to score even a second goal with even 9 men, when Dembele scored a brilliant goal on a counter attack to make it 2-0 and close the game and the contest and seal the game in favor of PSG. So Bayern had a very sad night to forget, because they not only walked away without winning the match or without having a chance to take a shot at the ultimate glory in terms of the FIFA Club World Cup, they also had to endure a really shattering blow to their team for the next season, when Jamal Musiala, their teenage sensation, one of the greatest superstars for future, having a terrible injury when he got stuck into the goalkeeper of PSG in the first half and had to be replaced because of suspected fracture in the ankle. And that looked really bad, because all the PSG players also surrounded him, gave him some privacy. They were looking concerned. So it was just not Bayern Munich players were looking concerned, the PSG players were looking concerned. They knew immediately what an injury Musiala, the teenage kid, had suffered, and it might create a huge problem for his next season and for his career. So it was sad to see that a defeat just not came as a result. It also came with a blow to Musiala, their most promising player for the next season, and also it ended Müller, the legend's career at Bayern, because it was supposedly his last game, because they lost it, and it was not a dream farewell for him. He would have loved to end in a winning note by winning the Club World Cup, but then he had to walk away from Bayern yesterday on a losing cause. But then nothing undermines his performance. He has achieved everything in his life, both for club and for the country. So a great career for Müller, congratulations. And that's how PSG reached the semi-final, and they would be real favorite. But the best thing about PSG is that in spite of being the most powerful, the most strongest team and the real favorite, they have had the toughest path to the semi-final so far, and if they reach the final, they would have gone through the toughest path to reach the final. So nothing has come easy, because in the round of 16 they had to play Messi's Inter Miami in US, which is their own country, and it was supposed to be a very closely contested game, but then they thrashed Inter Miami with their talent and they won it comfortably. Then in the quarterfinal they had to play yesterday Bayern Munich, again a powerhouse from Europe, and they won it on merit. And in the semi-final they are going to play Real Madrid, the biggest and the strongest team ever to have played European football in terms of achievement, and and nothing is going to come close or easy for PSG, because Real Madrid is going to throw everything at them, because Real Madrid, in spite of all the talent and the pedigree and the past history and the statistics and the glory they have achieved, they have had a really disappointing season, because they have been denied a trophy either in the domestic season or even at the European level. In the domestic season, they have been punished by Barcelona, and they are nursing those injuries of humiliation. So they would like to have the last laugh over Barcelona by winning the biggest prize, that is the Club World Cup, and they would like to give all their effort, their energy and their juice in the semi-final to first beat PSG and then try to reach the final and get the trophy. That would make their season much more worthwhile, because if they fail, they are going to have a disappointing season, and they would like to have a real boost for their next season by winning the FIFA Club World Cup. It would also be a tremendous boost for their new coach Xavi Alonso, who is coming with a lot of expectation and promise. He would like to deliver the toughest club and the most demanding club a really huge gift in terms of a Club Football World Cup before starting the next season in Spain at La Liga and also Champions League. So everything to look forward for Real Madrid. A great semi-final is coming up. In the remaining semi-final also, we can expect a great fight between Chelsea and Fluminense, because Chelsea has been a team which has not won much this season, but they are a team of great pedigree, and they are building up and they are evolving into a strong team, and they have reached the Champions League main stage also by finishing strong towards the later part of the English Premier League. So they would like to carry a lot of momentum to the Premier League and the Champions League by not only winning the semi-final but winning the Club World Cup this season. So they would give their best, and Fluminense would like to establish their pedigree and their talent by winning this trophy, because they would be representing the entire Latin America continent, and they would like to prove that even if they don't have the big wallets of the European teams, they have the raw talent to get them the trophy and beat the strongest of the teams from Europe. So two cracking semi-final contests coming up, and we can enjoy the games as and when they start. Thank you.